Well, hello there. Welcome to our stream today. My name is Meatball. I'm here with our friends at WSGW, with the Moose, with Kiss, and with 1063 The Core. Today, we are talking with our friends from Pit and Balcony Theater here in Saginaw, and also some people that are very closely involved with the show that is coming up. Let me first introduce the people that are here with us. We have Josh Lloyd, who is the Director of Community Engagement for Pit and Balcony. We have Alex Burkhart, who is the writer of the show, and then Brady Kocher, who is the director of the show that's going to be starting weekend. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So, Pit and Balcony doing a show that starts this weekend on the 9th. It is called Stone Point. And Alex is the writer of the show. And Alex, this is a world premiere of this show. Is that correct?
That's correct. This is going to be the first time this is ever performed for an audience.
Live right here in Saginaw, America. That's the way to do it. Now, Alex, I'm sure you've done other productions, you've done other shows and things of that nature. How are the butterflies for the opening of a brand new thing for you?
Okay, so I was an actor in Los Angeles for a while, and then I direct too. I'm a theater teacher as well. And I think I get the most nervous actually whenever one of my shows are mounted. It's kind of like you craft this world and this little baby, and you're gonna give it out to the world, and you hope that the world accepts it and learns from it. But you never know. I mean, the audience is such a key piece to any piece of live theater and any sort of story. But I'm sure Pit and Balcony will do an amazing job with it and do it
Fantastic.
justice. Yeah.
Now, Josh, working with Pit and Balcony directly here, Saginaw gets to be the world premiere of this show. What does that mean for Saginaw? What does that mean for Pit and Balcony?
This is an opportunity. I feel like that doesn't happen, too often. It's not often that, being a smaller community theater that you get to premiere a show for the very first time. So it's really a special opportunity that we're so gracious to be able to have and, work with Alex to premiere this show. It's a fantastic story, very moving, and we're just excited to be able to share that opportunity with the local community. So we're very excited.
Very cool. Now, Brady, I'll come over to you too. What does it mean to, be involved in the process and kind of put this on stage for the first time?
A little nerve-wracking for a couple of different reasons. One, hopefully the audience likes it as much as I liked it when reading the script. Two, hopefully if Alex comes and sees it, he likes it as much as he It's him coming in. It's like, this is not what I wrote. It's like,
Now, how did we land on this show debuting here in Saginaw? How did that come about?
Yeah, so we have a wonderful play selection committee that reads dozens and dozens of scripts, and they came upon the script by chance. I'm not exactly sure how they found it, but there was a lot of great energy behind it, and they're like, oh my gosh, we really should put this play on. And I'm so glad they found it because I think it will resonate very well with the community, and it's just such a touching story. It's a relatable story in a lot of ways. It's a slice of life, as I like to call it. I won't spoil anything, but my family just dealt with a very similar situation not long ago over the holidays. So, it touches home to, I think, a lot of people it will.
Now, Alex, let's talk about the show a little bit, the content of it, and kind of the progression. Now, we were talking beforehand. We got on here. There's a lot of threads to unravel with this show, so we won't go into enough detail to spoil anything. But what can you tell us, kind of the basis of the show, and kind of what people should expect, from what you've written?
Sure. It follows a man by the name of Lee Stone, and Lee has a form of bone cancer that has spread to his brain. The play is taking place during the final days of his life. He is the final steward and custodian of a large hunting property out in southern Wisconsin, and he has nobody to leave it to. So he's struggling with the idea that he's going to have to give up this huge piece of him to possibly a stranger or back to the powers that may be. During the process of the story, he is haunted by other people who have also died on the property as well, mostly his family members, primarily the women in his life. And then a stranger stumbles into his life, and he learns more about himself, and the world learns more about his true story as well. And it's kind of just showing that, in the last few days of our life, every single moment is important. And even the decisions that we have up until our final breaths are important.
Something that was interesting to me when I was reading the synopsis for this show is you very easily could have said, this guy is haunted by the ghosts of his property, but you very specifically in the description mentioned sirens and is it Pretas? Is that
right?
Yeah,
yes, correct.
Why specifically would you go that route as to just saying, just making it another like Christmas story, the ghosts of past, present, and future. You know what I mean?
So I'm very influenced by mythology. It's something that is, influenced and is noted in all of my works. My earliest play, Atlas Pit, plays around with the Orpheus Eurydice myth and looks at opiate addiction. And then my second play deals with the story from the Cyclops from the Odyssey. And then this third play that I wrote, I was very, very influenced by the sirens, particularly the things that call us and the whispers that happen in our head over and over again. I think all of us can relate to those moments of hearing voices and we don't know exactly where they come from. So I was kind of playing with that. And then playing with the idea of what if these voices became hungry in their own respect, which is where the idea of the hungry ghosts come from, and sirens in general. You have to remember that these ghosts, they are kind of embedded in the main character's mind as well, and his mind is cancerous at this point. So they are vicious, cancerous, versions of his inner self.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, Brady, you got to read the story and read the script and, assemble the cast and everything. Talk to me about that process. Once you kind of read the story and you said, okay, we got to find the people for this and do the auditions and everything. Talk to me about taking that story and then making it kind of that physical embodiment on stage.
Well, we had a good amount of people show up for auditions, and thankfully everyone there was talented in their own way. So I had a decent amount of options to choose from. But one thing I like to do is obviously take what the script gives me for the character, take what the actors give me, and find that middle ground to make it not a mimicry of what the actor can do, but what the actor would realistically give if they were put in that position, with a little bit of push of this is what the script says, so we need it. And also I want this because it would be funny. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. One of my actors is really good. I've worked with her before. Has a struggle with a little bit of the character because she's kind of mean in some points. So I have to really remind her, please be mean. It's okay. It's all right. But I like finding the middle ground of making the actor their character, but also making sure it still fits.
Sure. Now you mentioned, being mean and kind of some funny elements there. This is a show that as I understand it, has a lot of serious tones to it and everything. But maybe Alex or Brady, you can both speak to this on kind of what the tone is for the show. And we probably should let people know that this is definitely a mature show. This is for adults.
Yep.
Yes. Life is a constant balance. Every moment of drama has a moment of comedy in it as well. I've got a twin brother and we're both actors. And a part of our training, he was in a show where the character was very, very sad. And the director goes, but if you really want to connect to your audience, you need to find the moments where he's happy and hopeful as well. And so with my writing, I try to do that. I try to not just get stuck on the sad and dreary moments, but I want to look at the really hopeful moments as well, and then the touching moments and the humorous moments, because those don't go away. We can have those moments before we die as well. So I just really wanted to make sure that was all represented.
And then Brady, you think kind of the interpretation, it plays well with the cast there on the stage and yeah.
Yes. So yeah, there are a good amount of funny moments that are written into there. We found a few extra where we can turn the line into being something to alleviate the sadness and depression, and because it's a sad show, but if it's sad throughout, it could be boring. It shouldn't be with the way we're doing it now. I've watched some shows that the script is genuinely really, really good, but they just focus too much on, oh yeah, and this happened and this happened, and it draws on and it's boring. And when my actors would fall into that trap, I'd have to constantly tell them it's boring, do better.
That's not a direction. That's not a direction you typically want to get from your directors.
No, I said
want to be
actor, but I
entertaining.
did use the word boring to make sure they knew the stake of please don't make it boring.
Sure. Josh, have you seen the rehearsals and everything on the show? Have you gotten to look it over?
So I have not seen much of the production just yet. Tonight will be a nice sneak peek for me. I'll be taking a lot of promo pictures and videos. So I got to see some early pictures from the very early rehearsals. And it's kind of nice because I can come in later in the process when it's, finally getting up on its feet and get a little taste. And then, obviously I'll be here during the run opening night and for the rest of the show. So I'm excited to see a little bit tonight. So
it's kind of interesting because we do kind of have the entire cycle of this show here, because we have Alex who wrote it, we have Brady who's directing it, and then Josh coming in, at the end to kind of see it kind of in its full form. At the end, all of you have fresh eyes from different perspectives and different placement on this show, and I'm really intrigued to see how the show plays out. Again, we're not going to get too detailed because we don't want to give away a ton of the show or anything. But I'm intrigued to talk with each of you at some point afterward, hopefully, and kind of see, how your perception is, after the fact. And if it was anywhere close to what you imagined it to be, when you first started. So, Josh, talk to me about, getting tickets, the show in general, the theater with Pit and Balcony, because Pit and Balcony's been putting on some banger shows lately.
Yeah, we've had a great season so far with, a few more to go after this. But yeah, the show premieres this weekend. Make sure I get the correct dates for you. January 9th.
Behind me.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then the second weekend, January 16th through the 18th. Tickets are available at pitandbalconytheater.com, or you can stop into our box office during operational hours and snag some tickets.
Fantastic. Alex, Brady, you guys ready to put this on?
Yeah, I hope we are, at least.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm going to be there for closing night. So
That doesn't scare me.
To see what you do.
You guys were very much looking forward to this. What an honor to have this show premiere right here in Saginaw, Michigan at Pit and Balcony. Brady, can't wait to see the show. Alex, same for you. And Josh, man, it's going to be a great thing for Pit and Balcony.
Absolutely. World premiere. Get the tickets while you can. And come Sunday if you want to. You might get to meet Alex. I don't know.
Let's celebrities in the house next Sunday. That's it. That's assuming it doesn't snow another foot outside by the time we get there.
It'll be a great time.
Yeah. No, it should be great. And I encourage everybody, the nice thing is obviously this is community theater. This is where those people that you see in LA and Hollywood and everything get born, as these public theaters. And so this is a great way to support careers and people's starts to this kind of stuff. So this is going to be fantastic. So thank you guys so much for your time. Alex, Brady, Josh, get your tickets now, pitandbalconytheater.com. And we'll see you guys in the seats. Thank you so much.